Hello, how are you? Good afternoon, wherever you're joining from. Thank you for catching up with my live today. My name is Sarami, and I am an author, amidst other things. I'm an IT professional, and I'm also a digital business owner. But yes, I have been doing a count up for my spotlight with an amazing library based in California. And this is me, yes, just once again sharing some moments. And today I'm going to be sharing testimonials about my book. So, like I said, I'm an author of two books, and one is called Shining in Your Spotlight, and the other one is Made for More. So, this is for people who really are interested in taking a hold or taking control of their life, living out purposefully. This book is a transformational guide to enable you to do so. Beyond that, it is also something that is exceptional for kids. I mean, we have the adapted version for the kids and even the younger ones coming up, right? Anybody who is 20 and above can take a read at Shining in Your Spotlight and it will definitely transform your life. Now, let me just jump straight into, the topic of the day. Every author always dreams of writing something that touches lives. Like when you're writing with the hope that you're going to reach out to somebody who needs to hear what your message is. I mean, we all have messages, like everybody, right, has a message, right? But when the message starts coming in, that's when it hits differently, right? When you get that first good feedback, it's like you're all over the moon. Feedback is always good. So today I'm just here to share that kind of story. And I'll start with the first one. So I actually had somebody who was translating my book, the kids version, the made for more version of the book, into the French language. But like what many people thought that, I mean, what you don't know is that, or what I didn't know, let me use that word at the time, was that in as much as he was translating the book, the book was having an effect on him because of course he had to read every single line, right, to make sure that it's translated correctly. Now this day he reached out to me and said, Madam, this book is so inspiring, it's not just meant for kids. And I was like, oh wow, okay, that's nice, thank you, right? I didn't take it at anything because I didn't understand what he really meant. But guess what, this man actually carried out a business idea that he has had in his heart for years. He launched a travel tour company guiding people to go to French speaking countries. He had the idea for a long time, he never acted on it. But while reading the book, while reading the stories that were written in a childlike way, he could resonate with it from inside. He said to me, for the first time, I felt like I didn't need permission to start. That's what he said. So he got up and he took action. And by God's grace, they have launched the business. They have already had like their first set of clients who have gone on the trip and back. And well, I'm not sure. I haven't kept up with him to know how much more they have done, but I know that it's an ongoing thing that continues to go. And by the time he told me the story, like I said, that first trip was completed and he had a bigger vision to expand the business. Wow. So, I mean, you listening to this story, you can see that books actually inspire people the same way that that book activated something that was already there, something that was already present, right? So that's when I realized that everybody has a message, right? The message that God gives us is not just for, is, I mean, it's for everyone, not just for the children, it's also for the adults. Adults need to hear this too, right? Imagine that the children's version spoke to him in that manner because he was telling me how he could see himself in that character, the child character, right? And that was what led him to take action. I mean, if you're listening to me, I'll be glad if you could leave a comment, right? What do you really think about this? How has any book impacted you in the past? Okay, so for the Made for More version, like I said before, we had like a mastermind program with this one, and it was mind blowing because we really had like detailed conversations with the children, and that was over the summer, and it was more like their minds expanded. By the time we were going through the phases for them to do a project, guess what? We didn't think we were listening to children anymore. Honestly, these kids began to think bigger. They began to dream bigger. They began to talk differently, because the book will teach you leadership. It's going to teach you how to, foresee the future in a way that you're living out purposefully every single day. Like, there's so much packed in that book. Okay. So when we discussed about money, we did like one project, right? And honestly, these children, they really amazed us. They had beautiful business ideas. They had creative solutions to problems. They could see the way they would serve people and solve problems to generate money, honestly. So one child said that he said he didn't know that it's something that he could start now, like, because that thing opened him up, right? Because now he could see that he could use his own ideas to solve a problem and as well earn money. So if you're not all that, you're listening to me here today, are you leveraging the skills, the value that you have to create income for yourself? If you're not, then this is a call to you. Okay, so that's just the exciting things that come when you see your vision come into pass in the lives of those that are being touched by the message that you carry, right? That's the message that I carry, a message of growth, a message of purpose, a message of you know expanding your mindset to do things that you need to do, because like I always say, that God will always hold us. He will hold us accountable, not just for the things that we did, but for those things that we're called to do that we haven't done or didn't do. I would say didn't do, right? So just because you're living fine doesn't mean that's all there is. There should be an examination to make sure that you're living purposefully, so that you can actually, at the end, look back and say, yes, I did all that I was called to do. The last one I wanted to share was just somebody who said to me after reading the book, she said she could hear me literally saying to her through the pages of the book, do this, do this, do this. Like, these are things she knows to do but hasn't done them. So that book was like a reminder again. Okay. So the last thing I want to say before I leave is that these books are impactful. I'm not sure what books have impacted you in the past, but just because sometimes some adults forget that, maybe because of the busyness of life, they forget to do the things they are meant to do. Just know that you require no permission from anybody. The only permission you need is the permission to be present on the earth. The permission that you're here means that you're here and you can do anything with anything you want to do. Just go ahead and do it, as long as, of course, it's in line with your purpose. So you don't need permission to shine, to believe. You don't need permission to dream. You can dream as big as possible, regardless of where you are. It is free. It is the work that takes, that is not free, right? Because you have to commit to doing it. So those messages, I would say, like, they really inspired me and made me to start thinking about the fact that writing a book is not just about publishing a book. It's about changing somebody's mindset. It's about unlocking confidence in somebody who gets a hold of the book. It's about restoring somebody's voice, someone who has lost his or her voice. And for me, like, that's the reason why it's so important that I acknowledge and continue to acknowledge this amazing library in California that's promoting my work for the last 1 month. Can you believe that? For the last 1 month. And that's because they have seen the potential in the book. They know that more people, more hearts can get touched by the book. More kids can be inspired, right? More adults can get the reminder they need to step up and to move and to become all that they've been purposed to be, right? So this is bigger than me. It's about impact, it's about destiny, it's about purpose, it's about living fully and, touching as much people in the world like as I should. So I am grateful for the opportunity to, be hosted by them and every single day. So for these stories that are going to get people, this is the story for today. And I'm going to come again tomorrow because, yes, for me, it's a count up series leading up to that day. Yes. So let me know what you think. If you want to grab a copy, I have it on Amazon. You can grab a copy on Amazon. I have the e-versions also on Audible. Yes, that's for the audio version. And I have the e-version for the adult book also on iBooks. So grab a copy and yes, definitely write a review. Thank you so much for the time to listen to me today. I hope this has been impactful and I'm so grateful and looking forward to Saturday. So please join me on Saturday, 11 a.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time. And we're going to be having that live session together. All right. So have a great rest of your day and God bless you.